Hello everyone and welcome to another Tamagotchi video. This time I'm going to be unboxing and going through the Tamagotchi Connection Remasters. Now I'm calling these remasters because they're a little bit different from what we've previously had in terms of older models being re-released for the Tamagotchi franchise. Previously we have the Tamagotchi re-releases, which are of course just the re-releases of the P1 and P2. They do have new shells that weren't available in the original release, but the content on the Tamagotchi itself is the same as the original. So those are re-releases, whereas I'm calling these more remasters because they're not one for one the exact same as the original Tamagotchi Connection releases. So I'll be calling them remasters. A lot of other people are just calling them anniversary editions, in a similar way that we had the Digital Monster version 20ths, which were updated models of the Digimon originals with additional functionality that wasn't available on those originals. So anything is fine, but I'm personally referring these as remasters. So the packaging does give us various ideas about what to expect, and more or less, yes, it is the same as the Tamagotchi Connection version 3, but without the my favourite feature from a kid being the Tamatown. But that's to be expected because Tamatown itself, the website, is shut down. So the games are more or less the same. They've got some additional ones, they've got additional items, and of course additional animations. So I went with the True Friends edition, so I can have two, not because I have any friends, just because I wanted to have two, so I could also in future videos show off what the connectivity functionality is like. Let's put that away. So I actually did not like these shells when I saw the designs for the True Friends ones, but they actually look a lot better in person than the renders did, so I'm pretty thankful of that. But yeah, these look absolutely beautiful, which we can kind of expect as much, just because while I'm not a big fan of the Tamagotchi re-releases, all of those shells have been pretty nice looking, so I'm pretty happy with the way that it looks. However, and I have heard this, that the paint does kind of have the same issue that the Tamagotchi re-release shells do, that it comes off quite easily, so a little bit of a concern with that. But these are just so nice looking. You also know that they've gone with the ball chain keychain rather than what the original version 3 had, which was this, which I really liked, but it's not as functional, I guess. It's just kind of cool, but mostly we can see that it is fairly similar to that original Tamagotchi version 3. The antenna looks like it's a little bit more molded on, but the same size, so any case that fits the Tamagotchi Connection version 3 will of course fit the remasters. Did I not pull the tab good enough? Oh, there we are. Just a bit of a delay there. So the screen is so beautiful, like it just looks very clear. Probably because I'm used to the Tamagotchi connections that I have, which are, I mean, this is the one that I had from 2006. So, I'm actually 2005, I think it just said 2006 on it, but I'm pretty sure it was 2005 when I got it. So it's very well loved, and you can see the screen is also equally well loved. So I'm not sure if these are just really nice and clear, or if it's just because they're new. So let's set the time. Oh, we get a language choice, so that's good to know. If you do end up importing the Japanese ones, you can still have it be in English. And is it going to be day first or month first? Let's see. It is month first. What is the date? It's the 11th. So I got these from the Gamesman. This video is not sponsored by the Gamesman. I just always seem to be going through them for the local releases. They are pretty good. What is the time? That's a good point. It's 12:56. So they're probably one of the better ones. They're a lot cheaper than EB Games. They have a physical store in New South Wales, I believe, but they're pretty fast to ship typically, so I do recommend them. Again, not sponsored, that's just where I got them from in Australia. I know that they're also at EB Games, Gameology, Amazon, and in terms of outside of Australia, I'm pretty sure I heard people saying they're available at GameStop in America, and Amazon, of course. So there's your options. Again, not sponsored by any of those places. Those are just where you can get them. Nickname. Let's go with Kobe, because that is a cool name. Not that the nickname really will do much. Back in the original release, it kind of, it came up as the name in Tamatown. But again, since there is no Tamatown, which is honestly, yeah, it is a shame that it didn't come out with a Tamatown. Of course, that's not the worst thing ever, because that means that in 10 years or so down the track, when Bandai no longer sells these and would shut down any hypothetical Tamatown again, that means that the feature or any features and functionality that are tied to Tamatown are no longer accessible, which is yeah, what we see with all of the version 3 and onwards of the original Tamagotchi Connection. There's just certain things you can't do anymore. So, which is a shame. So it's not the end of the world. These are standalone. There's no extra app or downloads or games. There are passwords, which, in a similar way that we have passwords for the uni, they are unique to each thing, and I'm sure there's one on the instructions somewhere, but they're all being logged on the Wikia anyway, and the secret code functionality is the same as it was back then. You frighten the shopkeeper and you put passwords in the same sort of way that you would put the Tamatown passwords in. Oh, I have to name my dude. I didn't see they were a boy or a girl. I'm gonna call this one Thea and this one Sana, because those are the names that I always used to go with as a kid. Remember how my alphabet goes. Oh, I went past S. Oh, went past I. Oh, I should have gone. I should have timed that better. Okay, they're both boys. So the difference is that there's the white body with the black ears for the girl and the black body with the white ears for the boy. Shame that they are both boys though. So the feed functionality is the same. It says scone, but it looks, I don't know, I always thought it was a burger even though it says scone. You also have sushi, you also have bread, cereal, and there's the scone. And the snack choices are all the same as well. And I probably should give them not identical care, because if I did, I'd get the same one, and I don't really want the same one. So as they're babies, we only have the one game of Get, which is just your usual capture falling objects, don't catch the poo. And this game is one that I'm used to the nano controls, which only use A and B. So yeah, it's the same sort of idea as the catch game on the nano, which I've been running a nano at the moment, so I missed it. Or rather, I moved too fast. And you get the gotchi points that you can use in the shop. Of course, I don't have any items at the moment, but the shop is there. And I don't have enough money for anything here, because I only have 10 gotchi points. And that's where you enter the passwords that, I'm not sure if it's on the box. Oh, it is on the box, because I can see it on the box. So let's just slot this back in here. It is, I can get the pencil by entering that. So each box has a different one, so each shell has a different one rather. So let's see, 620. And 17. 2443. And these aren't like unique or locked down to anything like some of the uni ones are. So this code is going to be the same on every True Friend box. It doesn't even give you the item, it lets you buy it. So I don't have enough for that. It costs 110 gotchi points. It is too rich for my blood. And souvenirs, which from memory you used to get them from the Tamatown or from the Tama tickets that take you places. Can I visit? Yeah, oh I can. How joyous day. Also, I am going to assume that there's no... You can't just connect the, You can't just connect them to the old ones. I'm just going to assume as much, that you can't. Not going to test it because it's not running it. Fighting. How very Digimon of you. Okay, so you get points from that. And Kirby is there to deliver the gotchi points. So I have a huge amount of nostalgia for the Tamagotchi Connection releases. I've mentioned this before, but my first Tamagotchi was the Connection version 2. I was probably like a year or two too late for the original Tamagotchi craze. I got in just in time for the Digimon craze, but I somehow completely missed the original Tamagotchi release and any hype or commercial associated with it. So I actually saw a Tamagotchi unofficial book at a library, and around the same time I saw the board game for Tamagotchi, and I honestly thought it was a rip-off of Digimon because it all looked very similar to Digimon. But it wasn't until 2004, I think, I saw the Tamagotchi Connection version 1 ad, tried to get one, they were sold out everywhere, didn't get one until the version 2 came out. So that's my story, and that's why I'm super nostalgic for the Tamagotchi Connections over any of the other Tamagotchi releases. So pretty cool. It's a shame that I got two boys. It would have been nice to get a girl and a boy so I can have them make babies. And you can check the friendship. Oh, it's Kobe because it's me. It doesn't give the name of the Tamagotchi. And of course you can check your history. That's pretty normal for the Tamagotchis that connect to another and make babies. So you can go back and see all of the family history. So more or less all of the menu items are the same. Maybe I should have given myself a different nickname, but I guess that's future my problem. And you can scare the shop assistant and then use the codes here to get something else, and they're usually like C, B, A, A, B, C, and but I don't know any of them off by heart. But I'm assuming they're probably the same as the original release. And you can take it to the toilet when it needs to go to the toilet. Now, I have a vague memory that if you do that enough times and you fill up the discipline bar, which I guess it's training, but it hasn't gone up at all. But yeah, I have a very vague memory that if you get that full, it takes it to the toilet on its own. But apparently that might not be the case because a few people said that it doesn't do it. So I'm not sure what I'm remembering. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong there. But in terms of overall functionality, they seem pretty good. I'll probably do other videos on this. I'll definitely do a review video on them when I've had a bit more time with them. First impressions, pretty good. But that's because, you know, nostalgia is one of those things that can influence opinions. The shells, again, look so much nicer in person. They're still probably not my first choice, but I wanted two of them, and it does work out cheaper if you do get the True Friends set if you want two of them, rather than just buying one separate. But all of the shells that I've seen are very pretty for them, and I can't get over how clear it is. Again, it's probably just because I'm used to a gross old connection that little baby me had in his pocket as a kid and just had scratches and probably dropped it numerous times. I know my version 2 has gone through the wash, it has gone through everything. Somehow still works, doesn't have like any pixel damage, but yeah, so first impressions, pretty good. Super excited to finally have these in my hands. I'm pretty pleased with them. I'm glad that they're more than just the re-releases that we had with the original Tamagotchi. I'm glad that these are kind of like new ones. I looked at the roster and they seem just to be the version 3 Tamagotchi rosters anyway, which is a shame because I would have liked to see some of the newer characters, or Ginjirochi, who is always my favourite, but the roster's still pretty cute. I wonder why they went with the version 3 in particular, rather than the version 4 or even the version 2. Version 4 had a lot of things like going to school, getting a job, getting mail from the Gotchi King or whatever. So I guess there's a lot more involved there, and this is a little bit more simple in terms of functionality, but I think I would have preferred if they redid the version 4 instead, just because of that extra functionality. But again, I'm pretty impressed so far, and I don't know why I was surprised that you can connect as babies. I feel like I know this. I know that you can connect as babies. That's always been the case, but I guess I'm just too used to Digimon not being able to fight as babies. Oh, there is one more thing that I want to check. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but is there no sound coming from this, or is it... Okay, there is sound coming from it. That was just quiet singing, apparently. But yeah, there was a few people wondering if you can pause it like you could the original, and the answer is no, which is a shame because I used to love being able to pause it, but you cannot pause it. I don't know what I just did. It's having an animation, I think. Did I do that by pressing C? Has that always been there? I know you used to be able to get close-ups of your Tamagotchi when they're adults, but I don't remember that specific animation. I'm not sure if it got sick because that's just the timing, but or if it's specifically after that animation. Who knows? I don't know, I think it's going in a bin, maybe, so that would make sense. But also the baby stage of Virtual Pets does teach you various mechanics, and no, okay, it was just a coincidence. But yeah, so first impressions, big fan, as, like, to the surprise of no one, I'm a big fan of the Tamagotchi Connection re-releases, or remasters rather. I will be doing other videos on them. I'll be reviewing them once I've spent a little bit more time with them. But overall, those are my first initial feelings and thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, comments, questions, etc., etc. in the comment section below. Like this video for, I don't know, it feels pretty good that we finally got connections. This is something that fans have wanted for ages, so I'm really glad that we got them instead of just more of those original Tamagotchi re-releases. Subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have subscribed, tell your friends, tell your neighbours, tell your enemies, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!